All right, 49er fans, let's first start off by taking a look at Mel Kiper's latest mock draft, as he's put out like 5 of these up to this point. But now he has one that I think is interesting to say the least. And so let's go and take a look at ESPN's latest mock draft from Mel Kiper. Keep in mind, this is a 2-round mock draft, not just a 1-round mock draft. So we know they're going to go quarterback, but what do they do on day 2? That is what I'm looking at here at this mock draft. And we're going to take you guys a full screen look at everything that has them doing not only in the top 10, but as well as their picks in round 2. So, number 3, we know it will be a quarterback. It's just that obvious. And of course, Kiper is still on the Mac Jones train. In his latest mock draft, he has them taking Mac Jones, who of course has been linked to the 49ers at 3 for a very long time, even though I think personally that Justin Fields is gaining steam. I think he at number 3 overall. However, as you see here, Kiper still is the passing, the defensive ability to read a defense from a quarterback perspective, as well as the fact he fits well in the Kyle Shanahan offense. All big reasons why Mac Jones is being mocked at number 3 overall via Mel Kiper Jr. Again, I don't see this happening. I see the 49ers 100% going with Justin Fields. I think that's been growing a lot over the past couple of days. The Mac Jones stuff has only and always been a smokescreen. However, Kiper knows a lot more around the NFL draft than I do, and the fact that he released this week and still thinks it's Mac Jones still leaves us probably guessing on who they're going to go ahead and take at number 3 overall. It's not that I don't like Mac Jones. I like Mac Jones. I just like Justin Fields better. And I think that if you're going to spend 3 first-round draft picks to trade up for a quarterback, get the better one. I think Justin Fields in the Kyle Shanahan offense is the better one and would be very, very scary and very, very good for the 49ers going forward. However, Mel Kiper disagrees, and that's why he has the 3rd overall draft pick being Mac Jones. Let's take a look at the top 5 here on the latest Mel Kiper mock draft. Not a lot of surprises. Lawrence going 1, Wilson going 2, Jones 3. Miami trades up with the Falcons, go from 6 to 4, and they take Kyle Pitts, the tight end. A lot of rumors in Atlanta about the Falcons liking Kyle Pitts, hence why Kiper has the Dolphins trading up. Penei Sewell goes 5 overall to the Bengals, no shit there. 6 through 10, again, not a lot of surprises, although, again, it's weird that Justin Fields is falling in this mock draft. As Trey Lance goes 6 to the Falcons, who traded back. Jamar Chase, Devontae on the board at 7 and 8. Micah Parsons at the Denver Bronco at 9, and then the Patriots trade up with the Cowboys to take Justin Fields. So this mock feels pretty accurate, except for Justin Fields following. I don't see how you're going to have Justin Fields fall that far in the draft. However, again, Mel Kiper's mock and not my mock draft, and that's why we go ahead and break it down. I want to ask this question. I think it's very simple. Who would you rather have at number 3? And I think the majority of people would agree with me that they want Justin Fields, but I'll gauge you guys. Let me know down below if you like Justin Fields, type J. If you like Mac Jones, then go ahead and type MJ down below in the comment section. I did say it was a 2-round mock draft, meaning number 43 overall, and it's a cornerback according to Mel Kiper Jr. and the one from UGA, Tyson Campbell, who fits, I think, the mold very, very well for being an outside cornerback in the new 49er defensive scheme, obviously underneath D'Amico Ryans. Right now, Campbell is not the top cornerback in the draft, probably a top 10 cornerback in the draft. There's a lot of good ones that'll go in round 2. What you like about Campbell more than like an Asante Samuel Jr. is the size and the length. I mean, he's 6'2" and has very, very, very long arms. The interceptions are kind of an issue, and I think that's probably a problem that a lot of people are going to go ahead and hone in on here, but it's the size and profile that a lot of teams are going to absolutely fall in love with in terms of Tyson Campbell. He's going to be there right around 43, and I think it makes sense, right? We've talked wide receiver at 43 overall. We've talked running back at 43 overall. We've talked offensive line. But I think another cornerback to add to the current cornerback depth chart makes the most sense. And even though I like all the guys that they re-signed, you see them on your screen right now, I think that you need to have someone who's going to be here the next 5 years, right? Or Verrett, Mosley, or Williams going to be here in 5 years. Well, none of them sign a long-term deal, and so maybe get somebody just in case, let's say, Verrett gets hurt again. Hopefully not, but let's say it were to happen, they were to go ahead and have a solid replacement. And so I like the drafting of Tyson Campbell. I think there are some better cornerbacks overall, but again, in the mock draft, this was the best one that could fall, and that's who Mel Kiper has the 49ers grabbing there at 43, first pick in the 2nd round. Okay, grade Mel Kiper's mock draft. We keep rolling here. A, B, C, D, or F. I would give this an A if it was Justin Fields and not Mac Jones, although it was Mac Jones, and so, what are you going to do? So I would give it a C+, just because I don't like Mac Jones being there at number 3, but I do like the Campbell pick there in the 2nd round, and so, again, maybe I'll give it a B-, but let me know what you guys think down below. Let's keep going here for our next story. And we talked about smokescreens a lot this week. I think Chase Sr. did a piece on this yesterday for the channel as well. I think the Niners are putting a lot of smokescreens out. There's a new report that I read getting a little more in depth on the type of smokescreens the Niners might be playing right now. So we know the quarterback is going to go off the board at number 3 overall. That is very, very obvious. However, there's a recent report, we'll show the tweet here in a second, that the Niners made a big offer to trade up for Sam Darnold, like a first-round draft pick to trade up for Sam Darnold, which is absolutely crazy. And this leads into the smokescreen idea of what to do with Garoppolo, because, of course, you're going to be paying him $24.1 million in 2021 if he's going to go ahead and, in fact, be on the roster. Here was this tweet from Cecil Lammy, who I'm not necessarily familiar with, although he is a credible guy. He says this, quote, what might have been. League sources telling me, hashtag Jets turned down 49ers first-round pick for Sam Darnold earlier this offseason. Joe Douglas and company Wilson's shoulder and wanted to see his pro day. Now super confident and will likely be number 2 pick in NFL draft, end quote. Very weird that the Jets would turn down a first, and they only got a second-round draft pick for Darnold from Carolina, so they're lost, but I think 49ers gained. Here's SB Nation's Kyle Posey on the whole Jimmy Garoppolo possible smokescreen based on the tweet that you just saw. And this is interesting. Quote, a lot of people in the NFL I talked to assume that Garoppolo can't really be the starter of the 49ers plan 2021 starter. They believe this is the true smokescreen, that Shanahan and Lynch can't be comfortable handing back the starting spot and paying out $24.1 million to someone they think someone they've given up 3 first-round draft picks to replace. 49ers are done with Garoppolo. They needed the number 1 pick to start week 1 of the season, which is another direct connection to Jones, that's Mac Jones, widely believed to be far more NFL ready than Justin Fields or Trey Lance, end quote. Okay, go ahead and give you my thoughts on this. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the 49ers Report, because not only do I truly believe that the 49ers are putting a lot of smoke screens out, we talk a lot about them here on the channel. And so if you're brand new, welcome. If you're not, I'm glad you're here. Like the video. However, if you've not subscribed, go down below and hit that red subscribe button, because we do live Q&As every single Thursday here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific Time, as well as plenty of news coverage in terms of rumors, mock drafts, and more leading up to the April draft and beyond. So again, go down below and make sure you guys are subscribed. Now, this whole Jimmy Garoppolo smokescreen has me thinking, is a draft day trade coming? Not like a trade up or down in the draft, but a trade featuring Jimmy Garoppolo. And I think the answer is most likely yes. If this was true, and the report that we just read from Niners Nation, and of course the tweet as well, talking about how Shanahan and John Lynch are not comfortable with Jimmy Garoppolo being the starting quarterback, or at least being a bench quarterback after being the starting quarterback, then they'll probably trade him. And they'll look for somebody like a Washington who might miss out on a quarterback in round 1, who wants an upgraded quarterback more than Ryan Fitzpatrick, and you could see a trade happen maybe on day 2 or day 3 of the draft. I'm not guaranteeing it's going to happen, because ESPN's After was one to report a couple of weeks ago, really a couple of days ago, that he thinks the 49ers are going to go ahead and keep Garoppolo at least for the first couple of games, and then implement Fields or Mac Jones. But I like the idea of potentially throwing out a smokescreen and eventually going ahead and getting rid of Garoppolo via a trade on the NFL draft day. Okay, before we go ahead and get into our next news and rumor story, you guys got to make sure you download the Newsbreak app, because I think a lot of people haven't downloaded it yet onto their iPhone, and it is absolutely fantastic. It is your shop for all local and relevant news content that's specifically designed for you wherever you live and whatever you want to go ahead and follow, right? Whether you're in San Francisco or in San Jose, East Bay, literally anywhere, and not only just California, but also anywhere in the United States. You just put your zip code in, and you can follow specific news sources like the San Francisco Chronicle, SF Weekly, Mercury News, as well as us here at Chat Sports. Best way to go ahead and download it is to use the link you see on your screen right now, chatsports.com/49NB. Download the app today, and you get it on your Android device as well as your iPhone. Now, we are trying to be the Newsbreak app page that has the most followers in the state of California, and the problem is we are in 4th place right now. As you see, the Raiders report with Mitchell Renz has 304. The Lakers report is 111. We're down there with 80 total followers on Newsbreak. So download the Newsbreak app. Help us out by going ahead and go to chatsports.com/49NB. Download the app and then follow us by searching 49ers Report by Chat Sports. That way you stay up to date on the latest 49ers news and rumors. I use the Newsbreak app, and you guys should too. It's absolutely fantastic. Okay, final news story here, and this has to do with the support behind Jimmy Garoppolo. We've talked about this in terms of George Kittle speaking out in favor of Jimmy Garoppolo, Deebo Samuel, Richard Sherman. Now, Kyle Juszczyk has come out and not only given his support behind Garoppolo, but I think been a pretty good company man, and also said he's excited to see what the rookie quarterback is going to go ahead and do with this team. Now, this is the real topic here. is that the 49ers are going to have not a quarterback controversy on their hands, but a lot of people in that locker room love Jimmy Garoppolo. They're going to have to sell the rookie quarterback to the locker room in order to fully transition the regime of quarterback from Garoppolo over to Fields or Mac Jones. Now, Juszczyk, again, was a good company man. He said he'd back whatever quarterback starts, which is, I think, the right thing to say. However, you can kind of read between the tea leaves here on what Juszczyk is thinking, overall. For that quote up on your screen right now, he says, quote, "As it stands now, Jimmy's still on the roster, so I anticipate he's most likely going to start the season off for us. Don't know that's necessarily the case or not, but it's kind of like what I'm envisioning, maybe like the Alex Smith to Patrick Mahomes transition. I could see that being feasible, but I don't know. We're just going to have to take it in stride, and I'm going to support whoever's under center, whether it's Jimmy or rookie quarterback. I think either way, we're going to be successful," end quote. I would have to agree with at least the final portion of this quote. Here's the deal. Again, am I worried about a quarterback controversy? No, I'm not worried. These are all professionals, and I feel like they know who the best chance to win will be. But it will be a big sell for the 49ers to say, hey, I know you guys like Garoppolo, but we want to roll with this rookie quarterback. And the reason it's going to be a big sell is what rookie quarterback has ever won a Super Bowl? Like, give you a second. Think about it. Not a lot. I didn't really think of any that have actually been able to go ahead and do it. Maybe there is one, but not a lot. Let's just put it that way. So you got to sell to a roster that is NFL ready, that you should win more games without Garoppolo with this rookie quarterback. It's going to be a big sell and possibly a tough sell. But I think Juszczyk has the right mindset here. I think a lot of 49ers are going to go ahead and follow in the footsteps of Kyle Juszczyk and just back up whoever is under center week 1 all the way through, hopefully, the postseason and maybe a Super Bowl. I'll ask you guys this. Who will it be? Who starts under center week 1 for the 49ers? Is it Garoppolo? Is it Fields? Is it Jones? Is it Trey Lance? Is it Thomas Mott? I have no idea. Who will be the starter week 1 for the 49ers? Let me know down below right now. Okay, finally here, I got a little bonus story for you. Right now, there is an interesting article that was written by Side suggesting that adding Melvin Ingram could be a really good free agent pass rusher addition to the 49ers. And I've talked about how I think the Niners are done signing people, and they've signed a couple of pass rushers, at least re-signed some over the course of the offseason. But Ingram could be a very valuable veteran pass rusher, according to FanSided, in order to go ahead and bolster the defensive line, which should go ahead and return starter and superstar Nick Bosa. Now, injuries have caught up to him over the past couple of seasons, and so I'm a little bit hesitant on signing Melvin Ingram, but there are a lot of people that want the 49ers to add another pass rusher, and so I'll ask you guys this. Speak your mind. You think the 49ers should go ahead and sign a free agent pass rusher, one like Melvin Ingram? Give the video a thumbs up right now. I think a lot of people, I like the idea. I just wonder if he can stay healthy enough to be warranting the money that he wants the 49ers to go ahead and pay him. I also like the current depth chart as it currently stands. Again, the problem right now with Melvin Ingram is the injuries, right? Last year, did not play an entire 17-game schedule. 10 tackles, that was it. 1 interception and then 0 sacks. So you could probably get him for pretty cheap based on the numbers last year. But the fact he remains unsigned to me is a little bit concerning. But again, a lot of people want the 49ers to sign Melvin Ingram because he still is a good pass rusher, right? In 9 seasons, he still has 49 sacks. So when he's hot and ready to rock, he is one of the better pass rushers in the AFC and can provide a spark on the outside as a rotational guy for San Francisco. However, again, I do enjoy the current D-line depth chart. Like, I think it's going to be good enough, especially if Bosa's 100%. Him to go ahead and be. We just got to go ahead and wait and see. The Ebucam signing, I think, was pretty good. And then you got guys like Street and Daniels and Barrett who want to go ahead and showcase themselves. D4 hopefully being healthy. I think there is enough guys on the roster for them to pass on signing Melvin Ingram. However, I wouldn't hate the idea, and apparently neither does the website FanSided, as they are very, very interested in the 49ers signing him. But again, there's been no official report now on that actually happening.